Hello, greetings. I'm doing this live video for if people come in and also to document the process of finishing and releasing singles and then an EP of 4 songs. So I've been talking about it on Instagram and socials and doing videos. And today I officially announced that the first single is releasing in 1 month. So, April 21st, it's going to be the first single called Land. Um, I like it. It's from a rhythm I built in Jamaica that I finished here. And today I want to do 3 things while I do this live and kind of in a one long format video. I want to first talk about the single, the EP, and kind of randomly go into my process, my thoughts, my strategy, everything with that I like to share. And second, I want to listen to the demo, which is like a first mix, and see if I have to tweak something in the mix. And I want to do that. Just do the mix live for maybe 30 minutes, an hour. I know there's not much left. Maybe a little bit of EQ here and there, but not that much. And after that, I want to do the cover. So I'm drawing it. I have a first draft that I've been doing over, and I'm ready to officially do it with ink. And I don't know, I don't even know how you call that in English. In plume. I'm sure it's not a feather, it's called. It's the literal translation from French, but you'll see anyways. And Sharpies I might use a little bit, but I want to use the ink a lot. And yeah, I want to do the cover by hand, which kind of is a good way to also start talking about my idea of this EP and why I want to do that and how I want to do it. I really want this to be super simple. Uh, in terms of music, I think I've been realizing that I like simple music. Like a four like instrument band on stage is enough. Like bass, bass, drum, guitar, piano, singer, maybe organ, maybe some melodies on top with the melodica sometimes, or some keys, some keyboard sounds. What were those? The vibes, and anyway, some kind of cool sounds that I added, but not much. Like not like several layers of synth in the back, or like 2 counter melodies and stuff. Like, I'm really a guy that focuses on the chord progression, simple variation a little bit along the way, often between the chorus and the verse. But yeah, keeping it simple is the way to go for me. I really like this. It makes me think of, um, yeah, I've been listening to a lot of old reggae, and I feel it's not very um, complicated in terms of the amount of stuff. That's where the groove is, I think, in the simplicity. And if you listen to, I noticed in Chronix's last album, it's very not just simple, but it sounds acoustic. And even though I used samples, I wanted to make it sort of acoustics. First of all, they're great samples by Dubmaster Can. And another one is Sounds from the Yard. I've been recommended from a guy, and they were actually very good samples. And yeah, so first they're nice like guitar sample. I'm not using a lot of electronic stuff, and this is just a matter of taste. It's a matter of my taste, you know. And also when I play the samples, I play it all along. I don't really copy paste. Sometimes I'll do it a little bit, but my motto or mindset is to always play the full length so that I have variations, some mistakes. Again, sometimes I'll correct some mistakes when I play with the samples, but I like to keep this kind of moving. And you'll see sometimes the might be a little bit late, or the snare is in front or in the back, and it's not for the whole song sometimes. Anyway, so this is a mindset that I keep. We've been doing the same thing. This song is not finished producing, but almost. We recorded drum samples here, and we did it all the way through, meaning that we started like from zero to all in the song to the end, I mean, to record it. So yeah, that was cool, and it really creates this groove, this acoustic, this, I don't know, there's a realness to this, and that's really what I'm going towards. Keep those little mistakes that makes it cool. I don't know, for example, I realized that I switched my pattern earlier on a take. So instead of 16, it was 15 bars. And I kept it. I thought it was cool to kind of cut it short and then go back quicker into the verse. So yeah, just things like that happened, and that's pretty cool. So again, it's a moment also of creation. I've created that in Jamaica in those moments. Often at night, you know, like 8, 9, we just had the supper. I opened my computer, put my headphones or like the little speakers, and then I just started a rhythm, and I did like 8, something like that when I was there. And so the root, the skeleton of the rhythms were there. And when I came back here, I just looked at the chords I made, played them on the piano, added some lyrics, some vocals that started there, that continued here. And, you know, I've been working on that for a few months here and there when I have time. And so that's my mindset in terms of sound, in terms of vision, of what I want, like a lot of like simplicity, even though it's from samples. My vocals, some harmonies, and yeah, I really don't want to go like too wild with this, even with effects, you know, like some reverb on the vocals, some spring on the snare, throwing the guitars a little bit in the spring too, and another like delay, and then back and ad libs on another kind of delay also that's a little longer. And that's pretty much it for real. I don't go too wild there. A lot of saturation, that's what I've been starting to do. That's a pretty cool technique that I'd like to share. Actually, I think that's very interesting. That I want to emulate some studio recordings that were there back in the days, and just to do it simply, when I do the gain staging at the beginning, I add saturation right there, tape saturation. Tape saturation, just like if it was recorded in a tape recorder, right? So every signal that come at the beginning, there's a little bit of tape saturation. Not a lot, you know, you don't want to oversaturate this, but it's passing through the saturation, it colors a little bit. And then when this all comes together in the mix bus, then there's like layers of saturation on everything. And I've realized also doing that, it helps to control the peaks, especially on the snare and other like peaky elements in the song that are tamed or like are controlled. They keep their smash, but they're a little bit controlled by this first shot of saturation, of tape saturation. So anyway, a little trick I'm doing, and I started to do it on those rhythms as I tried this technique. I thought about it, and I'm also doing it not all the time, but on some contracts and projects that I have. So yeah, cool new technique I'm developing. I don't think it's something really new, but yeah, that's what I do. So yeah, what else? I have a few points here I want to go through, but I want to go also really freely there. So I'm finishing those tracks. I have 3 tracks out of those 8 rhythms that I finished and like build everything. The last 4th track is a cover, which is pretty cool. The drums were there for that. It's like a 9-minute long song. I'm gonna go dub all. Anyways, this is gonna be a very fun track. So the 3 songs from Jah are almost done. Re-recording a little bit of the vocals as I went to a listening gathering and made this listen to a few people. I really thought that the vocals were not bad, but in some places they felt a little forced, and I think it's just because I did too much that day and that week with my voice. I sang a lot with the piano and everything, so re-recording some vocals and then just finishing, mixing and mastering. And that's it. But the first upload is tomorrow. This song is almost finished, just the mastering to put up, and that's it. So as soon as this is done, uploading to the platform, so I'm 1 month before release. I'm preparing content. I want to do it raw like I'm doing right now, just talking in the studio. I have the piano right here that I built a setup with nails and one of my how do you call it, like pad insulator for the sound. Why am I forgetting this term? Anyways, this I put, and then the lighting and stuff, and I'm having fun like with this setup. So I have the piano performance, I have another piano upstairs. I want to have fun and do singing outside. There's a lot of cool places, and this is really me, like my I wanted to say neighborhood, but this is like a little town, little village I'm living in. The river, I'm always beside making campfire. And yeah, so I just want my music to be me, and this is what I'm showing, and this is what I want to be as an artist. Even though I've been here on socials as a mixing and mastering engineer, I think I'm also not. I think I'm also an artist, and I said I think because I think at the end we're all just making music. I really decided to dive into mix and master because I wanted to do it for me at the beginning. It's always like that. You do it for you, for the people you're with, and that's what I was doing. And then I just started to really like it and dive in it. So I don't know, after like 2 years you're you're in front of your computer all night and all day, and all the free time I had I was tweaking songs and everything. I said might as well just first of all learn it properly, have the real measurement and meters and like standards, and then offer it to people. And I've been offering it for almost 2 years, 18 months now. And I decided it's the good time to release a few songs of mine with a cool story in Jamaica. Yeah, that I built myself, that I do everything myself. And not only it's just fun, it's kind of a system that I want to create, okay? That I do it for my songs, and then I want to do it with others. I have my brother that has songs. I have a lot of people reaching out to me that wants me to produce, and they just want to send me their vocals and I release the songs. And this is also the launch, Launch, the launch. I feel like it's lunch. No, launch. Yeah, okay. So this is the launch of Mass Mix Record for me. So it's just a name. I mean, for now, it's just on Bandcamp. This is gonna be all there, and this is where I'm aiming. And artists that want to release, it's all gonna go there. And as I repeat since the beginning, I want to create partnership. I want to build a family around this, around music, around the message, around human rights, brother, around the power of creation, of creating music, of putting it out there, of putting your soul into that craft and that art. And yeah, so I want to create a family around this, and then release songs and just have fun and make my way in this. That's it. It's not as complicated as we think. I'm just making music, releasing it, and now I'm talking about it, and that's it. It's not really more complicated than that, right? I'm gonna go outside, put the iPhone there on the tripod, and have the song in my ear on a speaker, whatever, sing it, and then put the song on the video on top of it, and that's it. I mean, I think I'm able to do that. I built those skills like in video. My videos are not super clean, they're not super polished. I always use the same freaking subtitles, but I don't really care. I just want people to be there, have a listen to what I do, and I want to create great music with great people. And this is also the reason why I'm doing this. And yeah, so let's come back to this idea of a system I'm creating. So I've been saying that I want to release with artists in this way, meaning independently, that they send the vocals, I do the production, I release the songs, but I want to do it well. And to do that, I want to experience it for myself first. So, having a timeline, which I do, I've planned that out. I've threw a lot of ideas. My God, I threw a lot of of spit. I threw a lot of content ideas, starting to do it. Take confidence also in like the flow of almost each day, just talking about what I do. And yeah, and I have like a lot of videos stacked of me singing in front of the microphone when I record, which I think is also authentic and very cool to watch. The video, the piano, I mean, and all of that. So the content is all of there, and so all of this, and then the registration, and then I might try to go for subsidies, so write all those texts of presentation of the songs of me as an artist, my experience, my path, all of this with music. And so all the process of doing it, and then taking the metrics of this and that. And it's very interesting to do it for myself first. I want to do all of this properly, but at the same time I have to throw myself in and just take the risks of doing all of that, and not understanding everything and make mistakes along the way. And yeah, so I'm just ready for all of this. And this is gonna be on a very low budget. I'm just going to pay for like the subscriptions I need to pay, like DistroKid, other stuff like that. I might spend a few hundred in meta ads. I'll spend a few hundred in merch. I want to send also the cover, maybe make copies of the cover. and do a contest, or just like you put your name, and then I'll pick some people randomly, and I'll send the cover to them. That's an idea I have. I'm not sure it will work. I think I'll try it for the second single just to get a little bit of momentum going, and then do another handmade cover and do that contest. So yeah, so I'm just having fun being obsessed with this freaking idea of releasing and doing this and recording, finishing this, uploading this, and all of that. So this is a system I want to create first for myself, do the mistakes, all of this, and then be able to offer it professionally to people. Because right now I've been developing contracts and all of this, but I don't feel that I have the wisdom of it. You know, I feel I have the knowledge. I can go and research and do it all, but I want to do the mistakes for myself before I do it with others, which would just, like, I think, shoot myself in the foot for like bad reputation, because the mistakes I do it for somebody else, you know. So it's one thing. So this idea, I have like a nice Google Sheets that I'll be able to share at the end, and I think I'll just continue to do it. And I love to make music anyway, so once in a while I'll release something, plan it like that, and yeah. So what else I want to talk about? Is this easy to do? Maybe that's a good question to ask. Haven't watched there. And yeah, is it easy? No. I have a lot of doubts. I listen to my tracks, I'm like, this is not good. Are people gonna like it? You know, I have a lot of those doubts. And I just think that it's normal to not be sure of my voice or how I made things or whatever, whatnot. But I listen to it. I think it's groovy, it's nice, and people are gonna like it if they like it, and that's it. That's music. You throw that in the world, and I will make the next release better to my ears than this one. So that's my mindset at this point. But every time I do this stuff of talking in front of the camera, of mixing the song, there always doubt, and I think the very strong one will fade, just as this happens with everything, I think. But the normal excitement and stress will stay, and I actually hope it stays, because it's an engine for doing it right, I think, and it's true in a lot of things that we do. The sound, yeah, people are gonna judge the sound. I mean, I offer mix and master, so if this sound shallow, or if this sound boomy, whatever, whatnot, you'll be like, oh, this guy is not a good mix and master. But I trust my knowledge and what I do, and this is gonna be fire anyway. So yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, you see, as I talk about it, it's kind of like you put yourself out there in a way or another when you do that. So yeah, okay, let's take a sip. I've been reading pretty much what I'm saying, but when I start the camera to make a video, when I sing and I film, or even if I record, um, it's crazy. The idea, you do this for a release, is making you do things differently. I should talk for myself. Is making me do things differently. Again, I think this will fade away with time a little bit, but there's that little excitement that must stay there. And there's this balance between I hang out, I make my song, I like it, I'm just in the creation mood, and this pressure of performance, hitting the right thing and be timed and be coordinated and all of that and be on tune on the note, and so this stress is always there, and I caught myself being more stressed than expected. Playing on the piano, for example, like after 10 minutes, like, oh, I'm so sweaty. But anyways, that's part of the process, and just pushing through those things uh, is great. It's actually fun to challenge myself in those areas, and yeah. um, there is definitely something weird to do it alone. I build those rhythms alone. I mean, no, my girl listens to them. Some friends listen to them, but really, what helped me is last week a listening party slash gathering. We were like 12, 15 artists, musicians together. We showed like between 5 and 10 minutes of our songs or projects, and this really helped. I had great conversations about the vocals, whether the low vocals, the high vocals. Um, I felt there was something with them, and I had like different points of view on it. Points of view on it. Also the snare, and how it hits. Some songs maybe more powerful for his ears, and I always have to filter depending on the kind of music they listen to, because they don't all listen to a lot of reggae. And sometimes in some songs I want the rim shot slash the snare to be a little more in the back. It's really just with the spring reverb, it's just clacking, clapping, clocking. No, not clocking, definitely not, but it's behind sometimes, and that's what I want. But interesting to talk with other people about the sound and the sonics actually, like, of it. And the bass also have been talked about, because they noticed they were bass samples, a bit, because just the way it hit. I forgot about this. I'm so used to listen to them, so I forgot about that. But that's true that the bass, so I could play with the envelope a little bit, but that's how they've been made, and that's how they sound great. And to come back on this, just same with the bass. As I played it, I, if I keep my finger on the note, I was only with my pad. Maybe I should go get it actually. So I traveled with this thing and a like quite a small computer, and so if I like keep the finger pushed down, the sound stayed. So if I push the pad down, the sound like maintained, and the envelope was square, and so I modified some notes, but most of them I kept the differences in length, in groove, like in timing. A lot of it has been kept, so the groove of the bass as it was played is still there. And to what's funny is that the first single I'm releasing, Land, is not the single I wanted to release at first, but it's the one that I touched the least. The samples are still in MIDI in the projects in Ableton. In the samples are still in MIDI in the project in Ableton, and I simply did a very quick mix, put a limiter at the end, and damn, that sounded great. And I was like, that's fire, and that's the way to go. And this week I almost wanted to move some stuff in the song, and I had like, this is a trap, and I'm just finishing the mix, and that's it. That's all. Um, that's it. That's all. At this point, that's what I want to tell myself. So let's take a look. How long have I been talking? Okay, 35 minutes of talking. Um, Simplicity. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's talk about the strategy. That's the last thing I really want to talk about, is the ideas I have for people to know my music, do content that is simple and authentic, as I've been throwing those videos. Again, I've been repeating it, but this is gonna be low budget. The quality of this video is dump. This is not even an iPhone. This is an old Samsung Galaxy. Is it A7 or S7? I don't know, but I broke the iPhone 10 a few weeks ago, and this is an old phone my girlfriend had, and she gave it to me. That's nice. That's what I have now, and that's plenty enough. And someone may give to me another phone, another old phone that has a little better camera, that I'm actually gonna keep on the tripod, I think, and leave it in the studio and move a little bit around when I need, maybe wrap it up. But anyway, so keep it very simple. But this is not my point. I don't want to talk really about content. I want to talk about my strategy, where I want to send people, and what I actually want to say in the content. So in the content, I just want people to connect. That's what I want to do when I talk like this. I want you to connect, to know what I'm doing, where I'm at with this, and just talk about. It's nice to know what I'm going through with the projects. I mean, this is what I like to listen, or I like to watch. This is what I like to watch on socials. Actually, the process when artists, they talk about their songs for a few minutes, about obviously like mixing tips, or like how they sang that song. I really like that content, so might as well I'll do content that I would listen, I would watch, right, that I'd be interested in. So that's one thing. And I want to send people to Bandcamp and to my email list. To be honest, this is gonna be the best way for the long term for me. And the the streamings are gonna be a side effect of the good work, I think, because if I got more people to follow on Bandcamp, they will be noticed when the EP releases, when other songs are gonna be released, other projects in the future. So these are gonna be long-term people. So if they like what they'll hear, well, they'll go follow on Bandcamp, and they'll hear more of what I do. And this is what I want, right? And you know that this is gonna be on Spotify anyways. You know it's everywhere. So why would I say that? I might add it somewhere, and there's gonna be maybe a link tree, but for me the real important thing is to create not a huge community of people around this EP and music project, but a solid, small community and family of people that are interested of this kind of energy. So, yeah, man. Bandcamp, email, not pre-save. That's what I wanted to say, because there's a lot of pre-saving, and I don't know, man. I'm not saving songs in my phone, so why would I pre-save your songs? I like usually when I save something myself, it's an album because I'm going somewhere and I know that there's gonna be no internet, and so I save it to my phone, and then once in a while I actually have to do it, but I erase like albums I haven't listened in a while, and then I start over. I listen to an album I saved on my phone today while running, for example, right? But why would I pre-save your song? I've thought about this for a few weeks actually, like since Christmas, and like, what would I say to people? And first, it's gonna be go follow on Bandcamp. And second idea, as I said earlier, is I want to offer something, and I don't know exactly still how to do it, and something's gonna come up. The first idea I have is offer copies of the cover. So I'll have a cover for the first single, another cover for the second single, and another cover for the whole EP. And why not maybe other covers for the other singles that are gonna be on YouTube also. Maybe I should do that. Anyways, with those covers that I want to do by hand with ink and like drawing and just have fun and do that, I want to make a contest where I will send you a copy of the cover, right? But I've never released really music, and like people don't really know me, so I'm those are the doubts. Like, who would do that, right? And I don't know, but still, I think this is something I offer to the people, to somebody interested. I mean, if you put your email, you've listened to it a little bit, and you think it's cool, and you'd like to receive this. And so you're already like, you're already liking it in a way or another. You like the vibe, you like the message, you like the sound. You like something enough to put your email and want a copy of this. Maybe it's too much, What else could I offer? I've seen people offer stickers. Maybe I should go all in with the sound and ask people to make a review of the sound. I don't know. I'm just having this idea right now. Like, are the guitars too harsh? Are the vocals at the good place? I'm kidding, but maybe that could be a cool idea, like from a mixing engineer releasing music, like rate my mixes on my four personal songs. That could be a great idea. I don't know. I want to offer something and just go out of the box to not just ask something. Like, asking is not a way to promote. That's what I've been putting in my mind, because it's so true. When I look on the internet, wherever, man, in real life, they're not asking you anything. They are often like saying something funny. There's jokes. They are on the TV like kind of like plays. That's not what sketches. That's a sketch, that's what I mean. So there's different. Yeah. How do you offer something with your music at the very beginning? When I see people having just, I don't know, a few dozens, a few hundreds of people listening to them, well, you can offer like a postal card as my first idea, and you're sure to have people wanting it. And it's nothing I want you to buy. This is something I want to ship to you for free. Absolutely free. You don't pay the shipping. I pay the shipping. That's what I mean. Like, I invest a few $100s. I pay the shipping. You receive this. So everybody that puts their email in this form, very simple, name, email, that's it. I will randomly pick someone a few people if there are many, or I pre-choose an amount of copies I want to make, and yeah, I throw that. So I want to have a nice strategy, but I also accept the fact that this is my first time wanting to promote music, really. Like, this is the first time I promote music. The very first time in my life. I've been promoting myself as an engineer the best I could in the past 18 months, 2 years, but right now it's my music. So this is another way of promoting, right? It's easy when you have, well, it's easy. It's different when you have a specific service, I mean, or a product, right? Like if you have a physical record, if I print that and I press, I should say, and then I put records on sale, then you have like a specific thing to offer. But again, you need some people to want to listen to the music that there's on this record. So before selling stuff, there's a lot of just promoting work, and there's gonna be a lot of invisible work. Should I say that? Invisible? There's gonna be a lot of empty work, or a lot of I've been accepting now. Like I put a video out, 20 views, 500 views, 2k, I don't care. Like just put some videos out, and you're there, and I understand this now, that you just have to be there and have nice ideas to be there. And now I'm looking at what's working. You see the video that I'm doing this and having a rhythm play where I don't talk a lot? This is a video that worked. So I did 2 of those, and I might do more. And this is a formula that worked. It's not just the sign, but it was also like the song playing, and a few modification in the like adding instrument by instrument as it was playing. So anyways, so this worked. And let's see, like, if I go out and there's something nice happening in a place, or I don't know, man. The plans are coming and I follow them. Just like this live. I read that a few weeks ago. I was like, oh, that's not really in the plan, but why not do a live in a freaking long video of me talking that I'm gonna rewatch, that I'm gonna take clips of it, that I'm gonna leave on YouTube for documentation. This is the first single I'll release. Let's repeat that for the clips, motherfuckers. This is the first single I release in 1 month, 21st of April. Land, coming out, built in Jamaica, finished in the eastern townships of Quebec, Canada. Mazmix. Everything is made by Mazmix, myself. So fucking excited. I'm getting excited. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm lost. So I think I should move on to the second chapter of this live, which is the mix. So I want to listen to the song and listen to the mix that I did last week. Let me put this down. Maybe a little bit closer. So I did a mix last week to present to my fellow musicians from Sherbrooke in the townships. And finally, let me talk again about this freaking content stuff, because as I wanted to make this live, then a lot of ideas came in my mind, okay? So I wanted to first talk about it, a little bit of my vision of the song, the sound, blah, blah, all of the freaking 50 last minutes. Not 50, because I started the first 10 minutes are technical stuff, but yeah. I started to have ideas with the cover that is not done. So I'm gonna put the cover on the table. I'm going to film myself finishing the cover, and then I want to put that in speed 20 or like very sped up, so that we have one video and I will put the song in the background. So this is gonna be like a preview of the song. And with that, I can do one full video of the full song, and then like 3 to, I don't know, 5 other videos of the different parts of the song. And I could release them in order. You know, the ideas are still coming. So this is one thing that excites me because I trust my ideas, and since I have all the, like, I don't have a lot of gear, but I have like the lights that are here. I have this freaking cheap phone. I have like a computer that's working, and where I'm looking, I have like a cheap TV that has been given to me. I have this microphone I've been keeping for 10 years and plus, 2014, 15, this microphone. They all say it's a cheap microphone, and maybe you hear the S's, you know. But in the last 2 years, that's what I've been doing, making the most out of this cheap gear. Hey, this piano, I bought that. I bought that in 2018, which is not too long ago, in a pawn shop, like 140 something. I saw one to give last week. They were giving it, like old one. I should take it for the, like, the parts, you know? I don't know, in 20 years, man, am I gonna play this old MIDI shit? It's gonna be really yellow. Maybe, I don't know if you see it with the light, but it's very much more yellow than other stuff. Well, let's say it's just much more yellow than white. And this is what I wanted to say about content. That you start, I wanted to make a live, and then this, and I think that's a freaking good idea with the sped up drawing with the song at the back. So let's do that, you know? First, we'll use this part I'm recording. This is like the behind the scenes shit. Should I swear? I don't know. I swear kind of in life. I always look like very, very, I think, smooth on here on the internet, but every time people see me in real life, they say that it's a little bit more electric than they thought. And that's good. I like my energy. So let's go in. Oh yeah, that's what I need to do. Let's open the project and then switch a few things up there so you can see. Non, c'est correct. Audio. This. Nope. This. Yes. Oh, where is the chat? Okay. I think I don't care. Okay. Just gonna go down right here. The mass mix. Wow! That's not what I wanted to do. This. That's cool, eh? Okay, and then on YouTube, on the horizontal one, let me do this. Bam. I'm a little bit too much, but non, c'est moi qui est là comme ça. Okay. So you see, this one is called Ja number 6 for Jamaica. So that was the 6th rhythm I created in Jamaica. So that was the 6th rhythm I created in Jamaica. And the kick pattern is different. I'm not a huge drummer, let's say, and I've been producing hip hop, and I used to almost only do the sample, and that's it, man. Not even a drum break or anything. I would let somebody else do the drums or no drums. I don't care. And it was working. And one day I decided I wanted drums and learned to do it. And I did it. It worked. I learned it. And then this one was like, I want to go do something different with the drums. And the rest is, let's have it full. Is it cool? You see till there? Okay, nice. The view, that's a good setup. But you don't see there the side, sur le vertical. Là. We don't really care. Or maybe we should care. No. That's not what I want. Non, je pense qu'on s'en crisse, mais faut. You have to see that. No, okay. Mais moi, ce que je ferais, je pense, c'est genre. Okay. So, do we still have this on the master? Yes, okay. So, I'll keep the limiter and I'll shut the hell up. Should I just turn the mic off? Like how? Like this, I think. I've been driving and on the highway. You say good morning. Well, is this my land? Okay. I've been wondering. Hands on the wheel. Yes, I know the way. We've been lighting, letting the light in. Okay. Oh yeah. Responsible of her own mind, will let no trouble and can't always be kind. Levi. Nice. That's what I said. Nice track. Okay. Yeah, man. That's the demo. Um, there's work to be done with the bass. Just a little more compact. I'd like some notes to go a little, to peak a little more, and some to be lowered. My goodness. That wasn't too hard to say, I feel. There's no. Yeah, so let me put that up so you'll see what I'm looking at down there. So, what I want to do now, I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of moves, but I will say what I'll do. And I think this is actually good for me not to do it right away and imagine what I want to do. There's really just a few moves to be done here. I like the way it really sounds organic. Again, this is really, really cool. It's not perfect, man. I've heard like so much weird stuff again there. I can just exactly what I said, like in the bass, which is cool, but I want to make it more consistent. But anyways, in the vocals, I've heard also like interesting things that I feel are not perfect when I'm listening to them because it's me, and I might tweak just some timing, move a little tiny bit. Definitely more of that compression on the vocals, and here I see like, yeah, make it a little more compact also, but still those variations are cool, and they're gonna stay there. They're not gonna leave. They're not gonna go anywhere. They're just gonna be reduced. So yeah, they're not going anywhere. They're staying, but I know I felt like that was funny, but it wasn't my head. What else I want to do on that? The snare's cool. Damn, I like the organ also. The organ is a cool story. This is the first take I made when I came back here, because I did not have. I wanted to play the real organ, and I made a take, like one of the first takes, and it was really unperfect and like wrong for me. And then I worked it out. I studied it. I like refined also the tone of the organ and everything. And when I mixed the demo, I tried one and the other, and the old version was so much better than the new one that I came back to the old one. You see here? It's just one note instead of all of this being so much timed and blah blah, but no, man. It's just way better. Hear that, man. It's so cool. Put it back. I feel like it changed. We've been lighting, letting the light in, okay. Smiling, okay. I've been wondering. Hands on the wheel, yes I know the way. We've been lighting, letting the light in, Okay, I did that kind of in was I don't know what I did, but this was definitely not that low.
Okay, I've been wondering. Hands on the wheel, yes I know the way. We've been lighting, letting the light in. Okay. Oh yeah. Responsible of her own mind, will let no trouble.
All right. That's a weird way to do it. Okay. Man, the vocals are not processed at all.
Leave I alone.
Or are they? Okay, a little bit there. That's so cool. That's a proof that this doesn't need much. That's a proof that this does not need much. Huh. All right. I actually don't want to do a lot of mixing right now, but I will listen to it again. And I did that on the rhythm bus. Take down the 2K region classic, eh? On the git. Yeah, the gits they're harsh, man. This is a sample. Maybe they could be a little, but no, man. I'm sure they put like a low filter on this. All right. What else? This is gonna stay like that. I don't want to touch that. On the mix bus, there's a clipper, compressor. So there's like, I did like a very quick mini mastering. I think that to mix, I'll take out all of that except for the mix bus saturation. That'll stay there. That's cool. And yeah, that's it. So that's what I wanted to do. I will stop the stream. This first long video that's been on for an hour and almost 15. That's 13. And for the next part, which is the third chapter, the third part of the video, I want to make a drawing of the. I'm doing the drawing of the cover, and so I'm stopping the video just to redo it, so I have a video only of the drawing and I don't have to cut it